If you enjoyed the video, like, comment, subscribe. If you enjoy my main channel content, go to the link in the description to the Spidey Cat.
Have a spirited showing.
I do like.
Ghostly movie
Oh man,
theater
that
Blue
was.
Cinema.
The spirit.
Have a spirited showing.
Okay.
The spirit
Okay.
showing.
I understand the demographic. I understand, but that was something else.
It was indeed.
That was something else. That's a highlight.
It's a
I'm about to poop my pants.
Yeah.
So, God bless.
God bless. We're cutting that,
And I'll
or we're adding that to the intro,
I'll see you
depending on
next-
how I feel tonight.
I'll see you next week. Nice.
All right, here we go.
Hello, welcome to another episode of Gaming News Podcast. I'm Brent.
I'm Spidey.
And we're back. It was my fault last week
Yeah,
that we missed. I don't know why I always feel like I have to update why we missed, but
yeah, because of the audience. Yeah, the massive.
I'm just tired.
audience.
Like I just my schedule's whack right now because I'm working nights by choice.
I mean, yeah,
Not that it's an excuse. I mean
No.
all day to
yeah.
do it.
I mean, dude.
If I would just go to sleep at a good time.
Yeah. No, I'm with you. I'm with you on that, dude. Thankfully, today I got some decent sleep.
Yeah, I got sleep. I got good sleep. I just
And I also
at the wrong time.
now I was definitely not an early bird. I woke up at like 11:45. That is not early. That is not early. That is not early.
Could be worse.
I'm sure people would be like,
What the? You think that's early?
and then this
Gatekeeping early times.
it's like,
I've had friends like that. What?
Yeah.
I woke up at 4. Okay, well you're an idiot.
at 4 a.m. I have woken up at 4, and honestly, I'm not gonna lie, it's actually some of the
I used
best.
to wake up at 4:30 all the time.
Some of the best time because you just like see everything. Everything's nice and like
and it's
bluish
true.
and
It's not
dark.
bad. There's good things about it, but
Yeah, I'm a psycho, so I always check to see if we're.
no,
still-
you're not psycho. That's good because that's happened.
Yeah.
All right, we're gonna react
Yep.
first to this Mario Kart World, and then we're gonna talk about the Switch a little bit because I have some more news. And
Okay.
Then we can talk. Whatever. It looks pretty. I mean,
Yeah. Like every other.
I think Mario Kart
game.
8 looks pretty though. For a
Yeah,
Switch
I mean
game.
it looks the same visually. It's
It kinda
literally the
does.
same, dude. It's the same engine, guaranteed. But then again,
drivers.
I'd rather have it look like it
Your
was a PS1 game.
engines.
But that's,
Welcome to the Mario Kart World game.
I would want them to go. I wouldn't want them to go too
Available
or
good.
go like
Nintendo
cell shaded.
Switch 2
That'd be
system.
cool.
Yeah, that'd
What
be cool.
kind of races await you?
Well, we're trying to find out.
In Mario
I know.
Kart World, you'll aim for first place in each Grand Prix.
That guy's voice.
Yes, we know.
First place.
Across cities,
The grinding is cool.
Yeah, that's cool.
a desert, and even the ocean.
The
You
ocean,
can
the
drive
fan service
virtually
over there.
everywhere in this fully
I was like, usually
interconnected
Nintendo
world.
doesn't.
Races are held
The
on
ocean.
courses scattered throughout
It's not the
various
motion of
regions
the
that
ocean.
span this world.
That's cool. I thought it was gonna be like full.
Freely
Wow,
drive
you can
between
like
them.
fly.
Yeah. Mario
There's a lot
Kart's
in
interesting.
store,
Seeing an
and
open
we're
world for
only
Mario
at the
Kart's
starting
actually
line.
kind of interesting.
Let's introduce some of the
Yeah.
courses that are waiting for you.
Said that like I was drunk. It's
Here we
actually
go.
kind of.
I mean, do I
interesting.
care that? I mean, no, I do. Like, it's cool.
Yeah,
I want there to be more than like. I'm okay with there being more than just racing.
I kind of like
Courses are found
the
throughout
DS
the
had like a
world,
story
inspired
mode,
by
not
their
really a story
surroundings.
mode.
Oh,
It was like
yeah. The DS
objectives
mode was
and
good.
stuff. Yeah,
Let's take a look at some
I'd
of the new
prefer that
courses
to be
explore.
honest.
And then an open world, me too.
Yeah, I think
Ride
it just
the ridges
fits.
and roads on Mario Brothers Circuit.
Yes, this is the map we saw on everything. You showed us
And
everything on
cruise
this
the
map.
Yeah.
curves around the canyon. You can't miss it.
You can't miss it.
Yes, we saw this.
I know. I see
the
it.
sights and structures of Crown City.
We'll say Crown City looks good.
This does look
You can
good.
even soar in style down Main
That
Street.
looks good. Down on Main Street.
Drift along the rapid
Reference a
waterways of
song that
Salty Salty
kids
Speedway
have probably never heard, but
and make a splash around the city's canals.
Who's?
Stay cool in the snowy trails of Starview Peak.
just looks like something out of
Just
Frozen.
don't slip off while soaking up
Yeah,
the
it
scenery.
does with the castle.
Have a spirited showing.
I
at
do
the
like-
Ghostly
oh,
movie
man,
theater
that
Blue
was-
Cinema.
The spirit.
Have a spirited showing at
Okay.
the
The
Ghostly.
spirit
Okay.
showing.
I understand the demographic. I understand, but that was something else.
It was indeed.
Movie theater
That was
Blue
something
Cinema.
else. That's a highlight.
It's a whole new kind of
Oh.
drive-in theater. And in addition to lots of new courses,
Lots.
there's Toad's Factory. Peach Beach.
I do like wait, Peach Beach is no,
Wario
that's Koopa
Shipyard,
Beach.
and
Something like
more.
that.
Mario Shipyard. That looks sick.
Nostalgic
Wario
courses
Shipyard.
from past titles are also here, but now they're reimagined and spread throughout the world, where races can
What
happen
is-
during the day or at night.
That's cool. Night races are cool.
Yeah. Reminds me of Wario Raceway or whatever that was with the weird.
Race as familiar
I forget
characters
what it
like
was.
Mario,
Something highway.
Luigi,
Where you're on the highway crashing.
Loogie.
into, Loogie.
Bowser,
Yes,
Bowser.
we know, dude.
And
We know. We
Yoshi.
saw all
Yogi.
this.
Bowser.
plus new drivers like Goomba.
Okay, that's hilarious.
The freaking Goomba.
How have we not had a Goomba before?
I don't know.
And that's right.
I don't know what
Cow.
Spike is. And the cow's
Even more
fine.
new racers are waiting and
That's
ready to roll.
hilarious.
Cow!
Oh, baby. I was wondering who that was. It's Baby Rosaline.
Choose your vehicle, then you're off to the races.
Yeah,
Off
we
to
know.
the races.
Characters and
frame
vehicles
dropping
each have different stats. So make
during
sure
the
to find
spin?
combo that best suits you.
Those animations, yeah, it is a little bit.
There are two main styles of race revving up in this
balls.
world.
Styles of
Grand
race.
Prix
Balls.
and knockout tour.
Oh, that's also a highlight.
Sat back and
that.
crushed my
Up to
balls.
24
Yeah.
drivers can participate. The most in series history.
Never done it on the podcast, but I have done it.
Your rivals
You're like,
aren't
yeah,
the
don't
only
know what you're
hazards
talking
you'll need
about.
to avoid on the road.
No,
Look out
it's
for
good.
cars that
I mean, I
shoot
get
bullet
stuff in the
bills.
intro.
Attacks from Hammer Brothers
Oh, that's cool.
and other obstacles along the way.
I basically don't even have to try
Drivers
with
steer
you.
clear.
Grand Prix.
And now, get ready for
That's all-
Grand Prix. with
You're literally
Mushroom Cup,
providing moments on
Power
accident.
Cup, Star Cup, and
That's
more.
such a good
Grand Prix
song.
races are held all around the game's world.
Dun, dun,
You'll
dun,
race
dun, dun,
through
dun,
4
yeah.
different courses in each cup and aim for the top spot.
That's like 64, isn't it?
Yeah.
In Mushroom
That
Cup,
was first
you'll start
there.
off racing around Mario Brothers Circuit,
No, dude. Soundtrack of 64 is really good.
while the second race will take you from Mario
I
Brothers
don't really
to
care for
Crown
Wii's
City.
soundtrack, to be honest. It's just kind of...
For the first
Eh.
time, you'll need to drive yourself to the next
Oh, yeah.
course.
Yeah,
in
it's kinda
Grand Prix.
generic.
So don't sleep at the wheel. And if you conquer
So
all
far, they've
Grand
told
Prix
us everything
cups,
we
rumors
literally
that
already
a
know.
colorful course will appear.
So,
I know. I'm guessing
lame direct so
Rainbow
far.
Road.
Is a new mode.
okay, now, thank
Knockout
you.
Tour. From Golden Rally to Ice Rally and more.
Yeah, we
These
know.
Extended races take you from one end of the world to the other.
Wow, I know. That's new information.
Get ready for a sprint.
We'll say this level's pretty crazy.
You've got to
Yeah.
place
Mountain
if you want to stay in the race.
Thing.
Dude, this game's gonna be huge.
Speed towards
Yeah.
I'm
the
not even
points
saying because I'm like, oh, dude.
No, I agree.
If you don't
I'm
make
just
the
saying,
time,
like,
you're out of the running.
This is
this is
gonna
kind of a genius thing to put first because
Buckle
on
up.
your
The
console, because
competition gets more
Mario
intense.
Kart
people are gonna
so-
buy it for
Close in on
this
the
like
checkpoints.
so easily.
I'll,
You've got to
I'll
try
still
to
buy
survive
it.
in Knockout Tour.
That's too much money.
So keep your eyes on the prize and aim for first place.
Dude, I will say the warrior with the crown is
So it's kind of like a battle royale sort of version
yeah,
of it.
basically
That's cool.
race cars.
That's cool.
But it's actually, I think,
Items can
yeah.
drastically
it's-
change the outcome of
They
a race.
took
Is
a
it cool
spin
enough
on
for me to
something
buy
that
one?
was not generic.
No.
There are some new items
Dude, check
that'll
out those
help you
tank
out.
treads, dude. Whoa.
Coin shell.
Coin
When you
shell.
throw a coin shell,
Oh,
coins will
that's kind of
appear.
cool.
Dude, his
Now's your
voice is
chance to
cracking
grab
like
them.
he's...
Just
The
don't let
coin
your
shell.
rivals cash
Does it
in
actually?
first.
Wait, does it also follow the?
Ice flower. With the ice flower,
Oh, nice.
Ice
you
flower.
freeze out rivals and send them spinning.
That's cool.
Hammer.
Seems
Aim
like a
the
natural
hammer in an
progression.
arc,
Okay, that's
and
cool.
Nailed it. Hammers
Nailed
also
it.
stay on the course for a short time and can be used
Dude,
to block off
short
rivals.
time.
Mega mushroom.
No, that's a classic. I
Margo.
mean, that's been in
yeah,
every...
that's-
That's
I
been in
love
a
it.
lot of Mario Karts.
Wait, the big shroom?
Yeah, they did put
Use
it in
the
a
feather
couple.
to
I don't
jump
remember
up
which one. I
and
think it was like
avoid
Double
attacks.
Dash or something.
That's awesome.
You may even discover
feather.
some unexpected
Bringing
routes.
back the Tanu... Oh, no. Yeah, bring back the feather.
Comic. With Comic's magic, your rivals will transform.
What,
What
dude?
other mysterious
Yeah,
effects
Comics-
will happen?
That is
You'll
awesome.
have
I do
to
like
see for
'em.
yourself.
Uh,
The lower your placement, the
Bullet
more
Bill,
likely
dude.
you are to
Yep,
find
literally
items
the
that'll
most
turn
overpowered
the
item in
tables.
the game.
Bullet Bill.
So when you get
It's literally the
items,
strat.
Or the
go for
shock,
it.
dude. I just realized that. I just learned that people in Mario Kart 8 will look at the map, wait till you're over the
And if
gap,
you're
and then
into
use
the
their
Mario
lightning
Kart
so you all
series,
fall.
there are added
And I
support
did not
features to
realize
help
that.
you along the
They're
way.
clever, man. People are trolls.
I was like, dang, I always wondered what the point of looking at the map is. I'm like, well,
These
Now you
include
know.
Smart
I'm gonna do that in old
steering, which helps you stay
games
on the
too.
course.
Smart
Of
steering.
course.
Which I actually think is really
Tilt
cool for
controls,
kids.
where you can hold the Joy-Con
No one's using that.
Yeah, dude,
horizontally.
tilt
No
controls
one's using tilt
were
controls.
awful, man.
And if you have the Joy-Con 2 wheel, you can feel like you're
Oh,
really
yep,
driving.
dude, gotta bring back the Wii thing.
That's... I'm not gonna say anything.
Ooh, how about a quick break? A snack
Woo!
sounds good right about now. Hey, look, it's
snack?
a drive-through.
Oh no.
This is so...
Here at Yoshi's, you can grab an order to go.
But what do you get with the
Why
food?
does the desert remind me of Area 51 from
Take
Jimmy
a bite,
Neutron?
and
The random
you
buildings.
can unlock outfits inspired by your meal.
Oh. So...
Eat some sushi.
Gotta
and
throw in the Yoshi music. Doo-doo, doo-doo.
Whoa, nice threads.
Oh, so it's for costumes. That's
Once
kind of cool.
unlocked, these outfits can be selected from
That's
the
cool.
character selection screen.
Yeah.
It gives you a reason to explore.
I'm just
knows
thinking
what
of the
dishes
fan art
or
they're probably
outfits
gonna
you'll
draw of the
Make a pit
kimono
stop and
peach.
check out these drive-thrus all around the world.
I will say, I
It
didn't.
does
nice
look pretty
detour.
cool.
I-
I do kind
Now
of wish
let's get
the
back to
overworld
the
was a little
action.
more colorful, though.
Yeah,
Some of the areas look kind of...
bland.
Yeah.
I mean, that's kind of the curse
Let's
of
introduce some new
Nintendo.
tricks that'll help you ace each race.
Ace each race.
Charge jump. You can now use a charge jump.
How
holding
creative.
The drift button while driving straight ahead. Charge and release to jump.
Oh, interesting.
Well, speedrunners are gonna
Use
have
this
field
to
day with
leap
that.
over obstacles.
Okay, that's...
Grind
Yeah, they're
along
gonna have
power
a-
lines.
Yeah, they're gonna make this
And
movement and
dodge
they're gonna
attacks
break
from
it.
your
They're
rivals.
gonna snap the cart in half. The
Yeah, you're right,
cartridge,
they are.
the cartridge that you download and
You
don't
can
own.
wall ride for a short period of time.
What? That's
Yeah,
so cool.
they're gonna be insane
Some
with
tricks
this.
together, and
They're
you
going
can
to
reach
destroy the game.
places like so close. Almost there.
He's
Whenever this
he has to
happens,
show a
be
scroll.
kind and rewind.
Nice.
This will
Rewind.
return your vehicle to its original position.
It has to be a.
Oh, like single player thing.
It has to be like for practicing like tricks and. Yeah,
This will come in
speedrunners are
handy
gonna have
when
a field
mapping out
day.
how to best approach a course.
Has to be like the ghost thing.
Keep
The
in
ghost
mind,
thing was
though,
cool.
Your rivals
You know.
will still move normally
Yeah.
when you rewind.
Oh, so you
don't lose your lead.
so you can rewind in any match.
Wow, that is.
I doubt online.
There is gonna be
Sin,
exploits
even
with that,
more races.
guaranteed.
In time trials,
Dude,
it's you
backwards Cat
against the
Mario.
clock. Here
That's
you can
actually
race
the
without
best
any other
costume
competitors.
already.
Who is that?
I think that was Mario.
If you go online,
Yeah, that's sick.
you can
That was the
download
best-
and compete
easily
against
the best
ghost data
outfit.
from racers around the world.
Dude, they really make Wario like.
Customize the rules
even
of the road
bigger.
in Versus Race. You can use the classic rule set of running 3 laps within the same course, or you can choose to drive the distance from one course to another.
That is bonkers.
You can even take the road less traveled and choose routes
Dude,
that
frame
aren't
drops.
in
I
Grand
literally
Prix
can
or
see it in
non-
the
Yeah, I
footage.
didn't notice.
You
Let me
can
see.
even take the road less traveled and choose routes that
Yeah,
aren't
there's,
in
like,
Grand
weird
Prix or
hitches.
A
Knockout
little
Tour.
bit, yeah. That's alarming.
I'm not surprised.
Up to
I mean, you're making
24
a game with
drivers
a
can now
massive
compete in
connected-
2, 3, or even 4 teams.
Wow.
Group up and get ready to put the pedal to the metal.
Wait, what mode is this? Is this just you playing on...
I think this is just you playing in general.
Next up,
You can change
battle
rule
mode.
sets.
Pop off locally or online in
Dude,
Balloon
battle.
Use items to burst your rivals' balloons.
Sick.
Pop them
Balloon battle
all
is
your
fun.
rivals
It
out.
was good in 64 and
I
good
don't
in
play it
DS.
Where you
Dude,
can go for the gold by
do you remember
collecting
the
most
ice cream
coins.
level in DS? Just going on
Race
That was a
thing
or
and-
great
battle,
level.
Oh
enjoy
my gosh, dude.
whatever drives you.
Oh my gosh,
great
Balloon
level.
Battle. Make some good levels for Balloon Battle.
Ooh.
They've been lackluster as of late. Balloon Battle levels.
Okay, now... Free
When
roam
you're
they keep
not racing,
talking about.
You can enjoy free roam.
It'd be
and
okay if
go
it was like
wherever your
Diddy
heart takes
Kong
you.
or whatever, but it's,
Yes.
No
If you could do
problem.
planes, I free roamed in Diddy Kong
Yeah.
racing
Right,
all the time.
that seems
bro.
fun. I love how Donkey
See the
Kong has
scenes.
to use the design of the game he's in, but Mario
Drive the
can't
desert.
adapt. They have to keep
Yeah,
them the
good point.
same. You know, they can't do
Or jump off from
brothership
way
or
Oh, well, I know what
up
character Matt's going to play if he
You
ever
can
somehow
go
gets it.
wherever you like.
Or
In,
plays
like,
it.
To the edges
8
of the
years.
world.
I literally, that'd be the only way I'd get it. It'd have to drop like
There's a
half.
switch over there.
And then it's still a maybe. The
Yeah,
Switch 2, I'm
same,
saying.
Same.
hit hundreds of P-switches.
I love Mario Kart. Mario Kart would be one of the only things
They already,
that
yeah,
would
they
make
already.
me get it.
For us, they already killed Zelda.
So.
So
Outside of races.
I would love to see a Sunshine 2,
Are also hidden coins.
but I doubt we'll ever get it. Or at least something actually inspired by the way it controls. It was like Mario 64, but like smoother.
I've been watching people play through it while I go to sleep. Not even speedrunning, just like playing it. And I was like, man, I forgot how good this is.
Dude,
That's so huge.
Strike a pose.
Choose a frame to decorate and nice. That one's a
I'm
winner.
thinking about Nintendo.
The charm.
They have some of their IPs have charm, yeah. They have a lot of charm. It's just they get really weird about the customizing things.
Yeah.
Like character customization, but they don't actually let you make. No,
It depends on.
I forgot about the Mii's. They do let you make a character.
If you're talking about Pokemon, Game Freak is just that way. That's kind of how they are.
Pokemon they did, but not this new one.
Yeah,
But the one before that, they did amazing with clothes customization.
It's kind of like
And up to 24
they
players
sacrifice
from around the
gameplay
world
for
can join a race
customization in
or
a way.
battle in online
Sometimes.
play.
So all that wasn't even out. They weren't even.
You gotta see him over there, Lakitu. It's weird. Some people call him Lakitu.
Please don't show me the.
I don't.
This
Don't
may
show me the
look like
cameras.
free roam, but this is where you'll wait while your friends join you. Looks like someone's arrived.
Okay, that's cool. They made lobbies. I mean, that's smart.
Throw emotes in there, dude.
I mean, they're behind like 40 years, but
Quickly see where your friends are.
Yeah.
and travel to
but at
their
least they're doing it, I guess.
You know, it's funny. People will say, "Oh, they're stuck in the '90s." I think they're stuck in the '80s, man. In terms of the way they're doing it.
Or just go for a
The
ride
'90s is
together.
too good for them.
Make this road trip your own.
That's cool. Like lobbies, that's fun.
You can also take photos together along the way.
Wait, that's kind of
If
sick.
that's more your speed.
I'm never like I don't have any friends
Same.
that would ever want to do
Same.
that, but
Game chat, dude. You gotta throw this in
yeah,
there,
now there it is.
Chat, enjoy an
Make your screen 4 times smaller.
and then have the guys show up with their cameras that look like Kinects. Let's go.
Check this out. I'm running at 2 frames, probably 8 frames per second.
Oh my gosh, dude.
Is that guy driving a giant truck?
Yeah, that's probably the.
If you have a
What the-
Nintendo Switch 2 camera,
Oh my gosh.
you can enjoy seeing your friends' reactions while playing together.
This is such a dumb.
See my friend in his underwear?
Who's close by? Wait, who just passed me?
Nobody.
You'll be able to
That
tell.
this part's kind of funny. Like
Aim a shell.
The
where it's like
profile
it's
pic.
over their head, but it's like that's just a profile pic. It's not even the actual camera. So
Yeah.
who cares?
And when playing together in
If it was
person
like
on the
actually their
same
face
system,
reactions over them,
a
that would be
single
kind
camera
of
can
distracting
detect
though
up to
too. Though.
4 people's
Yeah, it'd be
faces.
annoying. I hope you can turn that off.
Enjoy the view and get ready to face off
The
with
view.
your friends.
There's no view.
Oh, it does show their. It does move with their face. Still, I mean, it's really distracting.
Dude, that's gonna have so many. Some guy's gonna take a picture of his rear end. Guaranteed he's gonna take a picture of his butt
Yeah.
or weird stuff. There's no way there's not gonna be some banning.
Oh yeah, good point. I didn't think about that. I just think that's an odd thing for kids.
No,
Like,
I agree.
why do they need a camera to? I mean, I guess to see their buddies.
My guess is that this
They're
is
gonna pretend like they're gonna make it so
World is just
you have to
around
be
the
like
corner
make
in
sure it's your friend,
Mario
basically.
Kart World.
guaranteed. I feel like they're kind of marketing this more to like
A
teens and
hardware
stuff.
bundle that includes a digital version of Mario
And, like,
Kart
adults.
World will also be available.
Drunk adults who have nothing better to spend their money on.
I know.
Wow, that was an abrupt end.
Yeah. Is there anything else on it? Like, wait, go up to the top right.
That was terrible.
What's that say?
It says, oh, that's probably the thing we watched.
Is it? No, it's 4. They're just teasing it. Okay.
Yeah.
That's 4 minutes. That was so nothing. Like a
Yeah.
nothing burger.
That was literally.
Is there
nothing
anything
but-
else? I mean, they talked about the new modes a little bit, which I guess they're self-explanatory.
Yeah. Oh, we got. Oh, dude, look
got
at
people's
it. It's
thoughts.
Like a crack addict. Yeah. Well, that was interesting.
Is it literally just a black screen?
Yeah, I throw up our little logo.
Oh,
and
cool.
I add a title.
Okay, because I was like, dang, that's kind of.
Yeah, at the time, I didn't think about it, but like when we started this era, but then now I was like, yeah, we need something back here.
That's hilarious. I guess we have an audio version. Do you still upload to Spotify?
I still upload
Spotify?
to Spotify, yes. You know, the money stealers.
That was... Yeah, we were so close to getting a payout.
Yep, still upset, I'm not going to lie. Still upset.
That would have been funny just to have, to be like, dude, we actually got a check from content
Yeah,
for
I know,
once.
$15. That's more than I got paid at the actual job I was at. Which I will cut out. Probably.
It's just a joke. And also not true.
Yeah. Yeah. Some days. But anywho. Yeah, that was disappointing because...
No, I mean,
some
here's the
parts
thing.
are cool.
It's better than them fluffing it out because that's what they seem to like to do. It's like, look,
Yeah.
I do kind of like that you like saved my time and were like, look, these are the modes. Like these are like the big things. Like that's I prefer them doing that than being like adding in crap we already know the whole time, which is like, okay, dude. They kind of just like showed you like, look, this is what you don't know about. This is what it is. We're not going to get too deep dive into it.
I gotta look something up for a second.
But it's not really that complicated of it. Like it's
No.
like I want more info, but like that's probably all of it.
Yeah, that's
Mario
probably all
Kart's
you're
not
gonna
a
get.
complicated
No.
like title to understand. you
Not
know?
even close. Not
It's
even
like,
close.
oh well.
Dude. Yeah, I forgot the classic Zelda movie, dude. Everyone
It's actually happening.
Yeah, that's 2 years from now.
That's sick. Hopefully it's good.
The live action though, not a fan of that. But
It's live action?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
remember
Well, I thought it was
we
like
talked
digital,
about it.
like
It's
how Mario
live.
is.
Yeah, it's live action. It's
Well,
live
that's
action.
gonna be rough.
Producing it with Sony, actually. That's pretty ironic. 'Cause
Ironic.
Sony,
Ironic.
remember the rivalry between Sony and Nintendo, where they almost made the PlayStation. And then,
the Senate.
Nice. Nice references.
Dude, sorry. He literally just that guy in that movie. Which sorry, I'm gonna go off on this really quick. That actor could have been so much less corny in that movie.
Oh, you're talking about like Palpatine in Revenge of the Sith?
Like he's great when he's acting chill.
Yeah,
and
he's
then
fine.
Why does he have to think he has to do this? Like, wah?
He's
Also,
like, he was having,
he got his butt kicked every fight he was in.
Yeah, he was.
My thought when I was a kid was like, oh, he's doing that on purpose.
No.
Because he wants Anakin to save him when Mace is...
Lucas literally said to people straight up in their face, they kept saying that over and over. Oh, he lost on purpose. He's like, no, he didn't. Mace beat him.
Which also explains why he wants Anakin so bad. Because Anakin's really powerful, so he's like, okay, I'm not...
He's also the
super
most
powerful.
gullible person of all time.
He
literally.
is. He is, but he's cooler than I remembered.
For like the first 5
The
to
third
10
movie,
minutes.
he's cooler than I remembered, honestly.
He's definitely better in the third movie, but
And I think he did the, and I didn't remember this at all, but in the last bit of the movie, he did the best acting in the whole movie.
I don't know. The "You Were the Chosen One" thing's pretty sad.
Yeah, he's good. I think Anakin just stole the whole show though. Like Obi-Wan, that whole scene with them steals the whole movie.
Oh, yeah.
Obviously, but I think that Anakin outacted everybody in the whole movie at that point. And I don't remember him being that
he
good.
Sounds like he sounds like a psycho. That's basically what he was paid.
That's not easy to do.
That's true. That's true.
So I'm like sitting here hating on him all the time, and it's like he actually didn't act that bad in that one. He actually was pretty good.
There were some lines where I was like,
yeah, but there's
I do
lines
not fear the dark
lines
side.
from everybody that I
Yeah,
could be like,
there
"Ugh."
is, but it's like
Like when he's like, "How did we fall?" Like Obi-Wan's like, "How did we fall for this? We're smarter than this."
I liked it.
I'm
thought
like,
it was kind of funny.
Okay,
We're smarter than this.
like just there's like corny lines from everybody.
I mean, Obi-Wan is literally a one-liner machine. That's what he is.
I kind of wish he talked more. I'm not gonna lie. I don't remember him not talking as like I thought he talked more. I didn't realize that Anakin is seriously the main
especially
character.
the third one. The third one they really
I didn't realize that I
pounded
didn't
it.
remember how much Obi-Wan wasn't really in it.
Yeah,
He is. He's in it a lot, but not as much as you'd want or expect.
Yeah, I just think
Because I loved them being together. Them getting along is some of the best parts of the
too
movie.
bad you only had a
I know.
little bit of it.
Him, Anakin apologizing and then...
Oh, yeah.
Which I forgot all that even happened.
No, I agree. No,
I was like, wait, he actually struggled with doing this. I thought he was just... I understand. The things that Palpatine are saying are obviously... obvious. Okay, I understand. Yeah. To us, it's obvious.
Yes.
But Anakin's, wife is going to die.
But he is, it's just funny how Lucas pulled no punches. He basically said, yeah, this guy is not... he is so power hungry and wants to control.
I like that they did that.
So
I like
much.
that they showed that.
And I agree. I think,
and I never got it. I never got what his true intentions were the whole time until I watched it this time as an adult. Because when he gets his legs cut off at the end, and he's just so filled with hate.
Yeah, he's
at Obi-Wan.
psychotic.
He's a psycho.
He's
and you're
psychotic.
oh, well, your true colors. When he choked Padme, you're oh, so even Padme doesn't actually surpass your thirst for power.
Nope. And that's
I'm
the
this
sad
whole
part.
time, I do think he was struggling with it.
Oh, he was.
But that's what he was struggling with the whole time, was he wanted to be the most powerful.
He wanted to...
It doesn't help that everybody's stroking your ego, calling you the chosen one.
He wanted to... Well, I noticed something. Notice that Palpatine, with the whole Grievous thing, didn't object. He could have walked in that council room and said, hey, you're putting Anakin on that mission. And he didn't. He could have done that. And then guess what?
Yeah, but the council already said they were going to listen to
that
him.
would have screwed it up, though. I'm saying he could have contested or done something about it.
That's true.
And then with Yoda, notice he got... A lot of people speculate this. I don't know if it's necessarily true, but that he planned on Yoda and Obi-Wan leaving because they could have helped Anakin through his weird darkness thing.
It did kind of seem like that.
He seemed...
I'm like the only thing I can give him is maybe he's a master schemer. That's it.
He is the worst actor in the entire thing.
He is.
Easily.
When he starts doing the... I love that he does it.
Hayden, Ewan...
Honestly, even Mace wasn't that good of an actor in it.
I think Hayden and Ewan were the best actors.
But if you think about it, Jedi are supposed to be even-keeled anyway.
I actually think... He's actually who I was about to bring up, too. I think Sam Jackson... Hayden, Ewan, even Yoda. Even Yoda was
Yoda was
good.
so cool in this.
He was pretty good.
I forgot how freaking sick he is in that. He's so powerful.
He is. And
I'm whoa.
The reason why he doesn't interfere is because, partially because he knows what's happening.
It was funny because he said he failed. It's I got to go in exile because I failed. I was you were kicking his butt, actually.
You probably could have killed him.
Probably could have gone back and...
Murdered him? Yeah. But then George was like, crap, we gotta...
Yeah, it wouldn't make sense. Yeah,
we gotta plot-wise.
And it's gotta... Our buddy, John, that we watched it with, was making a good point where he was like, well, they gotta, the movies are ahead of time already made. So they have to make these plot points... Since they're making it in the past, they have to make the plot points line up with the 3 movies after chronologically.
Coolest
I was
fights,
that's a good point.
Coolest fights of all time. Hands down. Coolest fights of all time. Those guys were talented. They rehearsed.
Oh my gosh, bro.
They rehearsed that stuff to,
that
perfection.
First off, I forgot that you get into the movie and you launch into straight action packed.
And it was awesome.
And it's so good.
Their banter
seeing them as a time
so
and
good.
as a team and was just dude,
Their
I forgot that
great.
they show you this and then they take it away from you, which they have. They have to.
Well, here's what frustrates me most about it. About if I had to throw one thing at episode 3, it's you almost needed another movie. I wanted more Ewan McGregor. I wanted more prequels. I wanted one more movie before that.
I don't know. Well, I guess they could
bridging the gap. Because you can't tell a story about a guy falling in 2 movies.
Yeah.
In some ways, it's they leaped so
they did. They had to.
They had to.
I guess they probably didn't have to do it in 3s, but that's kind of been the.
That's how it has to be, though. It's I think that those guys. I actually think those actors are good. I think non-Jedi characters don't really, they're okay.
You don't really see him much.
Yeah, they're
Padme.
It was cool to see Commander Cody for 5 seconds.
I also the scenes in 3 weren't as corny as they're corny, but it's like
corny.
I remember them being way more.
Yeah.
They're way less corny than 2.
Oh yeah, no.
It's basically just like a space opera.
What was cool about
kind
that
of.
is it's like
Mute this. I'm listening.
it's a story of. I think Revenge of the Sith is the best Star Wars movie. If I had to go for I think the story of his fall is, in my opinion, for me, that's obviously the central theme.
Mm.
But for me, everything around the fall was more interesting. The characters kind of reacting to the fall, kind of having to deal with the fact that
there's a lot of
the
it.
Jedi is dead.
Yeah, seeing how they responded, we're like, oh gosh.
Seeing how they're dead. The Order 66 scene is, man,
Good.
dude, that
So
was
good.
brutal as frick. And George doesn't add any humor to disarm
No.
what happened.
Nope.
Nobody comes back to life.
Nope. He's just like, this happened.
It's just how it was, because in the Disney era they show that, dude, some of these guys survived, and I'm like, that's great, but no one in that scene of Order 66 should survive.
Yeah. It was.
No one should.
It was. Anyway, I went off on a tirade rant, but we watched it last night in theaters again. I hadn't seen it since I was a kid. I just was like, oh wow, this is way, way, way better. I don't think I
Also,
understood the weight of what I was seeing as a kid.
Count Dooku, that guy, that actor,
He's good.
and they show
he's
him for
incredible.
like 5 minutes.
Cool, he actually died.
I wish he would have put up a much stronger fight.
Me too, but
personally,
it was cool he died. I don't know. It was kind of
His
cool that
death
they were
was-
already so powerful again. Like, they got much better since the last time I saw him, which was cool.
but it's like, he's able to literally go toe to toe with Yoda, and then some kid cuts his head off. Like, it's like, really? That I was always confused about that. Where
Some
it just,
kid. Anakin's not a kid anymore.
He's like in his 20s. But I'm just saying.
That's your age.
I'm saying, like, yeah, but it's like he's just some guy who shows up and he's like, hey, technically he's 21.
I
if
think
we're
they
going
did very good at
timeline-wise.
showing how powerful Anakin was sooner.
I'm older than that boy in that
Because
story.
episode 2, I kind of wish they would have shown him have like a huge power gain from
He
like
was so bad.
the beginning to end. Like, they didn't do a good job making you think like, oh, Anakin's actually really powerful.
He had to get destroyed though.
So in this one, they were like, in the third one, they keep kind of saying it. They're like, he's so
Yeah.
powerful, he's so powerful.
The problem
Just
is-
so you know, he's so powerful. It's like, okay, well, you could have showed us that.
The problem is his arrogance gets the best of him over and
my-
over and over.
Well, no,
and
he's just a bad
over.
person. He's just an actual bad person.
He is, and that's what's
Honestly.
sad. They're best friends.
He like redeems himself. I don't think
He does.
I don't think everything about him is bad.
I won't say Obi-Wan's the main character, but I feel like in some ways, the attitude-wise, he was written more like a main character than Anakin was.
Well, he is more of a main character in 2. I feel
Like,
like, and
even-
obviously in.
Even in general, I feel like the way he's written, attitude.
I don't know. You see way more Anakin in.
You do
the
see
third
more
one
of
than
Anakin,
in
but most
him.
main characters aren't like this character who falls to like that far.
I really like it. I can't believe how good that movie was.
I think the
and I also don't know why he got so much hate.
I think he was the perfect choice for Anakin, but I also think that this is my real problem, episode 2, because of one thing. He is way too crazy at the beginning. He's starting way too early on that path. They should have.
He was unstable. I'm okay with that because he seems like he was unstable from the get-go.
I mean, when he was just a happy kid.
Besides a kid.
And I'm saying, like, how do you transition from this to that? Like, so.
Well, first off, he's breaking rules like crazy.
Yeah, he's
Like, there's a reason the Jedi don't want wives and stuff.
No.
Even though a bunch of them get wives, but
yeah, they do because they basically don't.
but like
care.
there's a reason they say not to do that because it gets you attached to something. Which
Possess-
Anakin clearly
Oh yeah, he
was-
was insanely.
And then
possessive.
I don't think you should blame. Like, I'm like, dude, your wife's gonna die in childbirth, and you think you have a way to save her? Like, am I going to go to the dark side for that? No, probably
Straight
not.
murder innocent
But
people.
yeah, like not like that. And then he also wanted power over. The real thing you find out is that yes, he was sort of doing it to save Padme, but then the truth comes out that it's like he actually just wants to be more powerful.
And that's exactly what Lucas said. He was like, I watched the commentaries when I was working. I was listening to him.
Oh, really?
And I would
didn't notice
hear
that.
episode 3.
So that's like completely right.
He was
then.
like, and I'd imagine him reacting.
I didn't realize that as a kid, but as my adult life, it was like blatant to me.
He is so hungry to control everything.
Yeah.
Everything and literally everything, to the point of ruining almost killing his brother, Obi-Wan. Like trying to kill his brother.
So quickly, by the way.
So quickly.
And not listening to anything
I will say.
anyone's saying.
Every time I looked at Matt, every time Obi-Wan said any of his one-liners, we were cracking the biggest, dorkiest smiles of all time.
Yeah.
He is funny.
His
One-liners are so entertaining. And I think he is good at emotion for the most part.
I don't think he's bad.
I
wasn't trying to say he's bad. I just think that Anakin.
Oh yeah, because
was so good
vitriol,
at it.
like so mad. He's so mad.
But Obi-Wan did amazing in that scene too.
Which is weird because
they all stole the show there. Like that was like, oh, this is why we watched this for this.
Oh yeah.
Not that the rest of the movie isn't sick.
The only thing I think
I do think it could have been shorter.
Even came close was the part with Yoda dropping his cane, like Yoda seeing those dead bodies and stuff.
No, the whole parts with Yoda were just as sick. That whole ending, I'm including his ending part too.
Dude, they really took the chains off. I almost wish he was in episode 2 more.
I've always thought Yoda was cool, but you don't realize that he's like, dude, he's more than just cool. He's like a warrior.
He's a warrior, and that's what makes it so hard to watch Empire Strikes Back.
Yeah.
When
he's a lot older though.
I think he's cool in Empire Strikes Back still. I think his advice is actually surprisingly good usually. Mm-hmm. I think he deserved more time. I understand he was hard to do.
Yeah.
And I understand you can't show him fighting, but you could show him using the Force, like not just pushing
true.
the X-wing up, like
that was cool. But yeah,
it's just like he could have been in it more. I think he was snubbed a little for being this legendary.
Well, they kind of made up for a little bit in the newer ones.
Oh yeah,
or in the 1, 2, and 3.
Oh my gosh,
he's very cool in all of them.
Oh my gosh, and I get completely where he's coming from with the whole, "Hey Obi-Wan, what the heck, man?"
Yeah, realistically, Obi-Wan was taking huge risks.
Yes.
With Anakin, and I didn't realize how risky it was until everybody was like, dude, if he goes south, like, we're screwed.
And he's like, I don't care if Qui-Gon told you this on his deathbed. He's like, Yoda's like, I don't care. He's gonna kill people. He's crazy. He's nuts.
And he's really, Obi-Wan's the only one keeping him on a leash.
Yep, and when he's
the whole time.
When he's gone.
If he was, look what happens when he's gone for a little bit. Seriously. It's literally like, it is funny.
He goes off the deep
I'm like,
end.
oh my gosh, he needs Obi-Wan so bad. Like, he needs him so bad.
And then, I will say, when he becomes Darth Vader...
But I will say, I forgot that he tells the council that he's a Darth Lord, like a Sith Lord.
Yeah.
I forgot he did that.
Yeah, he was like, hey... He was actually smarter. A lot of people say, oh, dude, they're so dumb. It's like...
So he actually was like, Anakin was like, oh, I'm actually going to do the right thing first because this is bad.
Yeah, he's like, you're the Sith Lord.
And then I think that I actually think he wouldn't have killed Mace Windu if it wasn't for Mace being like, I'm going to kill this guy right now.
Which I don't blame him in the slightest.
And it's not Anakin being like, I want to be a good Jedi. It's Anakin saying, I want to be a good Jedi and keep this guy alive so I can maybe help Padme, kind of thing.
Yep. So he doesn't lose anything.
So I don't think he was like, this is against the Jedi. I don't think he was like, I'm a good Jedi.
No, Anakin's far from it.
I think he was just like, oh, I don't want to hurt you, and I don't want you to kill him, kind of thing.
I watched a show where...
That's not me saying he's good. I'm saying that I don't think he wanted to kill Mace Windu. I think, and then when he sliced his hand off, I thought that Anakin full killed him. He actually doesn't. Sidious kills him. I know he plays a part. I'm not saying he's not guilty there. But I forgot these things in the movie. In my head, I'm like, oh, Anakin kills him and kicks him out the window. It's like, no, Anakin's slices his hand off, which is absurd.
Funny you say kick out the window, because in the Revenge of the Sith game, he stabs him and kicks him out the window.
Okay, then maybe that's what
They actually changed. They didn't want to reveal the real deaths of the characters, but
that's cool.
It ended up being more gruesome in those games because he's like straight up stabbing them in the chest.
Yeah.
It was, but here's what's interesting: General Grievous, that fight, loved it.
Great
It
fight.
was very.
He's such a weenie. He's like running away.
Do I wish it
so
was
funny.
a lightsaber duel the whole time? Yes, but
yeah, I mean,
it's like
it's cool to switch
you
it
gotta
up.
be original. You gotta be original.
I'd rather have lightsabers as well, honestly. But
Also, they cut a scene where Qui-Gon was talking to Yoda. They cut it.
yeah,
He was meditating.
yeah. Why is that?
For time, even though it was already like 2 hours and 44 minutes.
It could have been a lot shorter, honestly.
You could have probably added.
You could have added more if you want it to be longer.
No, I'm saying like,
There's parts where I'm like, because they dive you in the action so fast, and then they take it away for like a long time.
yeah, a lot of the interactions with the.
and they're good. It's good. Like it's really good.
A lot of the interactions.
Basically, what I'm saying is, I understand why it's your favorite. One is before I clearly thought
yeah.
I thought 2 was better.
I just love that.
Now it's like, oh well, this is the best.
2's best part was the mystery of the whole clone thing. That was essentially its best moment. And I think episode 1, having thought about it, I think that in some ways there wasn't enough Qui-Gon and Obi-Wan.
No, dude.
In it?
First off, Obi-Wan's like a side character, basically.
Yeah, he was until the end.
Second off, Qui-Gon is... Even Qui-Gon we don't learn much about.
No.
Which I would have liked to learn a lot more.
Having
Although
read-
Qui-Gon's kind of dumb.
Oh, yeah, he is. Well, he's a maverick. He has to go against the Order.
Which is like... yeah, I don't know.
Here's the thing. Qui-Gon Jinn, when I read the Jedi Apprentice books, I started to finally appreciate how he was.
I started to follow... Like, in this one, I started following finally, like, okay... I tried to be like, okay... Obviously, it's easy to be like, Anakin's dumb. He fell for his stuff. I was like, let me try to, like, follow his logic here. Because at first, it's not so heavy-handed. He just thinks he's his friend. And Anakin clearly just wants to be, like... He wants people to... I don't want to say love him, but, like... He's, like, dying for parental figure so much.
Oh, yeah, he is.
He's like, oh, Obi-Wan, oh, this guy likes me. He's giving me...
Yeah.
It's like, dude, you gotta see someone.
This is
like,
the
my
thing.
gosh.
This is the thing with him. So his mom died and whatever, in episode 2. That was kind of part of the turn. But it was like, here's what's funny. People don't remember that Padme basically bought her freedom. And then Shmi, here's the reason why she died. Also, that name is terrible. But there's a reason why she died.
And Captain Hook.
Well, she died like an idiot, basically. So she was fighting the slavers of Tatooine, which I understand that's a noble goal, but the Hutts are all over the galaxy.
Yeah,
Slavery
true.
cannot be erased from one planet. They'll keep coming and coming and coming.
True.
That's why the Jedi couldn't go there, because if they did,
they're like, look, we're going to be on war here for
you're
like
going to get
ever.
more people killed.
Yeah.
Even more people killed from this war. Because it's not like how it was here where it's like, oh, it's just one planet. It's like in that it's an entire galaxy of pieces of garbage that you have to fight.
Dude. Yeah. And that's another thing about the Jedi Order you don't understand. It's literally like their whole thing is to be logical.
Because
like they want to help. It's not because they don't want to help. It's not because they're like people got to make the hard decisions.
Yes.
And that's why they're there. Like they're supposed to be taking out the biased and the emotion, which Anakin is all biased.
And that's
emotion.
the thing. It's like,
which I can't believe they even put him on the council.
You may think it's bad in Revenge of the Sith. Clone Wars makes it even worse.
I remember he's real bad.
He's
actually at the beginning of 3. He's way more controlled than he is
Yes.
in. Like you see him at like he's doing better.
In Clone Wars, he's a maverick, but not even the Qui-Gon type of maverick. No. He's a maverick.
He's also
in the way where
dumb. Yeah.
He's almost frustrating to watch in Clone Wars.
He is. He absolutely is. I don't like him in Clone Wars that much.
A lot of people.
I liked
say
him in 3.
That redeemed him as a character, and I'm like,
no.
That did not.
I think this
him.
movie redeemed him as an actor.
Yes.
Like as a character.
Oh my gosh, episode 2, his acting.
Yeah, it's bad. I don't necessarily think it's his fault though. I feel like he was just being
script.
directed that way.
The script was a little weird. But George Lucas can't write romance, so
he can't. It's like so. I like it, but it's so
it's so
opera-y.
bad. It's so bad.
With oh yeah, with Anakin. So I'm literally just like trying to follow his like logic. I'm like, okay, I get what you're saying here, and like the Jedi the Jedi Council, they like, oh yeah, so they're supposed to be unbiased. Going on with what you said,
Yeah.
where you're like, hey, they have to make decisions that you may not agree with. That doesn't mean that they're wrong. Like you're going off of the world. They're logical. The world doesn't have these hero moments. Even the Jedis know that.
Yes.
That like most of the time, there's going to be bloodshed. They have to weigh out: is the bloodshed worth it?
And that's what the Clone Wars forgot. They tried to like say, "Oh, dude, why are the Jedi not doing all this and this and this?" It's like,
dude,
they're not a police state.
My thought is the same. Was the same thing. I'm like, oh, like you got to try. It's like, dude, realistically, you need people like that who are like, dude, Yoda was spitting some like wisdom, even even just for you as a person. I know it's so lame to take fictional stuff and like put it to your life, but when he was like, oh yeah, you got to learn to be unattached now.
Yeah,
like doesn't mean you don't love them, but you learn to be unattached now. So when you lose them, you're okay.
And that's what
I was like, that's
here for years.
genius.
I was like, Yoda is saying the truth.
I was like, that is like so smart to be like. That does not mean to be cold.
Yeah, but there's a difference.
He's saying like you have to be prepared. You're gonna lose it, and so when you lose them, he's basically saying you don't freak out.
Yes,
like you don't lose your mind.
And he also said, "We're not in control, Bucko." He said that to Anakin.
Yeah,
we're not in control of destiny.
Okay, when he was asking about his visions about someone dying,
he's like, "Yeah, guess what? Visions are there."
And Yoda, of course, was like, "Who is this? Someone close to you, perhaps?" I was like. He knows.
And then no, he knew the entire plot. He knew the entire plot. The way he was talking, prophecy misread, all that stuff. There's no way that George freaking Lucas put that line in the movie and wasn't thinking of some kind of twist.
So the balance is like him actually helping the Sith rise again. Right?
The funniest part about
because they say
that
balance
is
in the Force, which means I'm assuming that means Sith and
watching the
Jedi.
commentary, he actually says that's not balance at all. Now, the narrative now is that balance is all
dark and light.
Yeah, dark and light.
That would be my thought. What would the balance be then if it's not that?
Getting rid of the dark.
So it's just
because
light.
the dark is so bad and so evil.
That I like.
So
obviously,
tempting.
I like that. I like that more
because a lot of times people try to do the gray Jedi thing, and it's like, yeah, it's
that's
fine.
what I'm thinking.
Who cares
that's
if they use
thinking
lightning? But there's a difference, though. It's what you use your powers for. What are you using it for?
Yeah, true.
And the thing with Anakin that sucks is that it's like, dude,
so he wasn't the chosen one then, is what Lucas is saying.
Lucas is saying he was the chosen one to kill Palpatine, but that doesn't mean he was the chosen one in every single
he does
aspect.
kill Palpatine.
But it's also because his son was able to redeem him.
Oh, I forgot. He kills Palpatine.
And it takes him so long.
It does.
Think about it. You have 1 all the way to 6, and he's still.
So
back
he
in
brings
this
balance after he annihilates
Yes.
it. He brings balance later.
That was, and guess what? Lucas always intended that Luke would rebuild the Jedi, that he would rebuild. He actually supported the books that and the games that had that. He's like, yeah, that's how it is. You know.
It's funny seeing it because he answers so many questions for Episode 4 where you're like, why are the Jedi in hiding? Why is all this? It's like, oh yeah.
Think about the people who just saw Star Wars. Just Star Wars. It wasn't A New Hope. It wasn't any of that. It was just Star Wars. He wanted to call it Episode 4. He actually did. But the execs were like, that's confusing. Why would you do that?
He's got a fair point.
He's like, but... And he thought he was going to...
Anyway.
Pick it up.
Great movie.
Oh, yeah.
A lot of stuff that I had questions about were answered where I was like, oh, yeah, and then seeing it as an adult is just so fun because I wasn't grasping anything besides the very base. I wasn't grasping the weight of anything. I was like, oh, this is huge. Jedi getting he murdered kids.
He murdered kids.
Real kids, not alien kids.
Nope, not aliens.
I shouldn't say alien kids aren't real kids, but
same with the Tuskens. I mean,
yeah, it's like he already was chaotic. Like they were already kind of like taking a risk so many times. Like they're kind of like, oh, I guess he might be the chosen one, but yikes.
He might might not be. Misread it, maybe.
Anyway,
Yeah, that was
great movie. Learned a lot from it. But Mario Kart. Okay, wow.
Yeah, wow. We basically the entire episode.
They didn't show us
That was
much
a
though, so it's a
worthwhile-
good
that
thing
was
we
a
talked
worthwhile
something.
discussion, though.
Oh my gosh, I loved that. I just wanted to just come in here and say that I was like
It's-
that movie's way better than I recall.
Revenge of the Sith. It's like I said.
But I thought they were all better. Phantom Menace, I thought was so boring when I watched it as a kid. I think it's amazing now.
love Phantom Menace, dude. That ending thing there, man. Seeing the Jedi in their prime, not having Palpatine.
I wonder if too, since I liked it as a kid, I wonder if I rewatched it if I'd like it less.
Here's the thing about two. The cloning plot is extremely strong. That will keep you hooked. The mystery.
That is what I liked.
The duel at the end is, oh my gosh.
Yeah, it's
Yoda
awesome.
versus and then him destroying Obi-Wan and Anakin was the perfect way to end it.
Yeah, it was. Anyway,
Perfect way to end it.
great movies. But yeah, Mario Kart. The new mode looks cool. Like the
Yeah.
mode where you're like knocked out. Although it feels like it's going to be really long. That was like 6 races.
Here's the thing.
But I guess Mario Kart races are really fast when you think about it.
But they're making it massive, dude. They all link
Because then you have
into
to
each
drive
other.
to. Yeah, then you have to drive to the next one,
There's
which is kind of cool.
different modes. Obviously, you cannot do that. I'm assuming most.
No, of
people-
course.
most-
But that's a cool mode.
I
Like,
agree.
Adding a battle royale mode is like cool.
It's kind of funny.
Well,
watching,
I shouldn't call it that, but it's kind of like that.
It's funny watching the gameplay because it's like
That's going to be so hard to beat because I feel like Mario Kart. I'm not trying to say it doesn't take skill, but there's like a lot of luck involved.
oh
in
yeah,
Mario Kart.
basically just zoom to the back of the lane.
Like I'm not very super good, but even when I'm driving incredibly, like boosting
you can
every
get smacked
turn,
off the-
I can still lose.
Oh yeah, you see a rocket fly
Unless you
past
get like way far ahead, which online is
or
hard.
a blue shell come in and then you're dead. It doesn't matter if you're at the finish line; you'll get stunned. And
I also
then
played
someone might
200cc, which is insane.
Yeah, dude.
I didn't realize how fast that is.
Basically, you just have to exploit. If you're lazy, just exploit the items. That's your.
Yeah. Well, I mean, there's a whole strat of like you hang back for a
Yep.
while, get good items, and then
Zoom forward,
Which I think is so lame,
It
but-
is the cheapest. It's a blast, though. Let me tell you. As a
Yeah.
man who used to do that all the time.
I guess
was
it
a
is because you don't always
blast.
win from it, but
No, but it is hilarious. It is the troll strat, and I was.
a lot of people do. A lot of people do that.
I was a troll, my brother.
I'll never forget the first time I saw someone do that strat was in N64. It was my buddy Nate. I was like, oh, he's staying back to get those items. I'm like, there's no way that makes him win. He won every time. And I was like,
It's.
I was like, race. You're not even racing.
It's-
He was like, oh, it is a viable strat. Like, I'm
It
not
is-
saying that.
it is
I remember I was
still-
just so annoyed where I'm like, okay, like, who cares if you, like, I was just like, just race. Like, at least race me.
It is the trolliest way to do anything.
Not that I care, because I was like, dude, I can hang back too, and then then what? We're both
Yeah.
sitting back here,
You're both sitting
losing,
back there,
like
losing.
not having fun.
or it's just a fight for first place still, like because you just keep zooming by like a nut. But that's Nintendo. They made it that way. That was their intention.
I mean, it's
That
cool.
was
Don't get
their
me wrong. It's
intention.
cool. Like, it is cool.
Do I? If I'm being honest, if I'm being completely honest about it, it is cool. But if I'm talking actual logic, no. But it is Nintendo though. They are massively into.
I mean,
that.
sometimes you're so far ahead that it doesn't matter if somebody's back
That's
there
true.
doing that.
That's true.
Um,
But that's their thing is they want to use whatever gimmick they can to make people get ahead.
yeah.
That's their
Mario
thing.
Kart.
Same with Smash items, dude. They put the items in there to basically
Yeah.
cancel
Yeah.
that out.
Oh my
It's the same
gosh.
concept.
That's a good point.
It's the same concept where it's like, oh, it's a fighting game, but we're gonna throw these wacky items in here.
It's gonna be interesting with so many people in the races on some of them that it's like it's gonna be insane.
Yeah, I don't really understand.
They said something about teams where like 4 teams of like. That's kind of cool. Like, I imagine you're in the race, but whoever gets like your points matter as a whole team.
Which I think that's great. I will say it does feel like they definitely reused, which I'm okay with engines being reused. I don't care.
It looks a little bit better,
Very like,
but it's a
minor-
similar.
And in some ways, I'm like, okay, so all these features are cool, grinding especially.
Dude, I'm not paying $400.
But it's like
It's just not happening. I'm not paying $400.
Mario Kart 8 is going to be a powerhouse still to this day. It will be.
Oh yeah, because there's gonna be so many people who aren't gonna afford. They're not gonna want to afford
Deluxe.
at least for a long time. They're not gonna want to afford the new Switch.
Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, as they call it. You got to be good with the naming.
I can't imagine, dude. So what I was gonna say about the prices, it's the same.
Yeah.
They didn't. I thought they were gonna raise it higher. They didn't. But I do think that's somewhat because I think there pauses on the tariffs for electronics for a while.
And I find it fascinating with the whole.
So they probably could have lowered the price, but
No, dude, they're gonna milk whatever they can out of that. That's their thing.
I don't think. No, it's $450, right? Yeah, it's $450, not $400. Because
Yeah.
$400, I actually.
I'd think about
It's like-
I'd think about it. Now, would I get it? No.
No, I wouldn't get it.
And here's what
I'm either gonna get it used
Yeah, like
or
used.
like way
Ba-
half price.
Basically,
like
it's
way
going to be
price.
an eBay buy. That's essentially
Yeah.
the best way of doing it. Because
Which I'm just gonna wait.
It's better.
I'm
than
gonna wait for someone to get tired of having their Switch too, and I'm gonna be like, I'm gonna buy that.
Yeah, dude. I mean, here's what's interesting. The game cart thing is hilarious. It is absolutely hilarious. The whole download game cart. It's like, dude, the competition's been doing it for how long? Did you think Nintendo wasn't going to do it, dude? Like, why would they not copy competition?
Yeah.
What would you expect?
I mean, it took them long enough, but
I'm sad that they're doing it, but that's the thing. Not that I really care, because that much. I think that's not really the issue. What we should be focusing on is the fact that not just the price, it's the fact that I'm seeing frame drops in the game. That's the
I
first
know.
thing.
Not as bad as I.
And then I'm seeing frame
Yeah, I
drops
mean-
in the chat app.
I can't. I'm trying to be like in the middle, but it's like we shouldn't really. The chat app, the screen sharing is terrible.
It's hilarious,
But-
dude.
I'm not saying this is a good thing, but I do respect them being honest about it
I agree.
because
with
we're
you.
seeing probably how it runs. They're
It's
like,
not smoke and
they're
mirrors.
like, you know what? We're not going to make them seem like it's better than it is. Which I'm. At that point, you might as well not have the feature. I'm being
Agreed.
honest.
Agreed.
Like at that point, seriously, you might as well just
Or
not
just
have
throw
it.
Discord on there, dude. Seriously, how hard is it?
Oh, dude, that would be amazing.
How hard is
Discord on Switch would be a game changer.
Yeah.
Which is so dumb.
it? Which is sad.
Did it
Oh, dude,
takes them
Discord.
that
We
long?
need Discord.
But it's great because on Xbox, I have it on Xbox. It's thank God, it's
Did you wreck
fantastic.
it? The Discord, we don't have it. Dude, Kojima. Hey, I'm quoting
I don't
Hideo. Mr. Hideo.
They really need. Anyway, they're keeping the same price. Thank God. But
It's
$500.
for a Switch.
That's $500 is you're gonna want to buy the bundle because
Yeah.
if you don't buy the bundle, you're paying more. If you want Mario Kart, you got to buy the bundle.
That's the point. That's why they made the bundle.
Yeah, because you're paying way more if you do the opposite.
And then when the bundle goes away, the scalpers are going to be like, hey, I got this
Yep.
special Switch.
The bundles are.
Do you remember 3D All Stars? The limited offer. Limited offer, you know.
What's 3D All Stars?
Mario 3D All Stars.
When was that?
The Scalper's Paradise.
Was it a game?
Yeah, it was the collection that had Mario.
Oh
64,
yeah.
The Scalper's Paradise.
I was thinking it was like baseball or something.
No, Mario 3D All Stars. It was literally the biggest cash grab of all time.
It is.
They were like, "Hey,"
And they
limited
literally
time.
didn't resell it again.
Nope.
They're like, this is gonna. They basically were like, this is the only time you're gonna get this, pretty much.
They're like, "Hey, scalpers, we're gonna make your life even better."
I mean, unless you could just buy a digital copy, right?
I think even that was taken down fast.
No, it was. But I'm saying there was a time where you could get it.
Yeah,
digitally.
but
Because I know that Logan has it.
when everyone else lost out on it, it was like
I didn't care that.
I
I'll
didn't
just
care
emulate
either.
it.
Same,
Sorry.
same.
I've bought it before. I've bought
Yeah,
Mario
agreed.
before.
Also,
like-
I can run it at a higher resolution, so higher frame rate.
So sorry, guys.
They're like, dude, check it out. And then you know what's funny? They had like debug objects appearing in the game. So like objects that weren't meant to be seen, like cubes and stuff, gray cubes, and
Yeah.
and it was like, wow, that's
Yeah, dude. I don't know. I mean, imagine. I don't know. $500. That's a lot of money, man. That's more than the Xbox when it was new, and you can get a game.
They're getting close to PlayStation 3.
And they had an option where you could get the Series S, which is not that far off from an X, and it was like half the price.
The question
almost.
is, how many years are they going to have this thing out? Like 20 at this point?
Xbox is the only one who I think... Oh, yeah, the Xbox?
I'm talking about the Switch, too. Like
the Switch,
how long
too.
are they gonna keep this thing
It'll
out?
be out a long time,
it's
bro.
It'll be out a long time.
Because then they're going to do a smaller Switch,
we'll have
2
10K
or
gaming
OLED
at that point. And I'll still be on my 2K
I'll
monitor.
think about getting a Switch 2 at that point.
Yeah, you'll be like, maybe this could be good. And it's honestly better this way. See, it'd be
because you want to see the titles. Like, I
Yeah.
want to see the titles. Like, the Donkey Kong is cool.
I mean, dude, it's like the 3DS. Buying that thing, thankfully I didn't get it at launch. That would have been the worst thing of all time.
I don't think I did either.
You do not want to get
Maybe
these
I
things
did.
at launch. I advise people, if you're into Nintendo stuff.
Because I got because I had a 3DS. I did. I got it at launch, I think, or close to it.
If you really want it,
But because I think they had a Pokemon game, not right away.
no, dude.
Maybe I bought it. I think I bought the 3DS after the new Pokemon game came out.
But it took them a
X and Y
long
is what it was.
time for that, man. The 3DS came out a year before X and Y.
Okay, then I definitely didn't get it if a Pokemon. I only ever bought DSs when Pokemon games came out. Not that they didn't have other cool games. But.
Well, dude, I'm not joking when I tell you about the 3DS.
No, because I think I bought it. No, never mind. Because the 3D.
An amazing 3D slider thing.
No, not the 3D slider. What's the Oris? When Oris came out,
Oh, dude, that was
the remake I bought. But that was after X and Y.
It was so good.
It was so.
But
good.
here's the thing: it's sad that a 3DS remake.
That game's actually still really good. That remake still holds up.
It's the only remake I think that they really poured a lot of time into, and what's nice about it is it didn't try to replace the original. See, some remakes try to do that all the time. This is the definitive version. It's like, hey, if you want to play something that's more, before we end this off, it's like, if you wanted to, that's how the remakes used to be, was they were like, hey, this is an alternate take, okay? This is an alternate take. If you don't like it, go buy the original. That's basically what they said. Nowadays, they're like, dude, check it out. They're like, dude, check out our new visuals, our new animations, new voice actors, new story. It's not even the same game. It's a reboot.
Yeah.
That's not how remakes are. You need to make it shot for shot. It's a remake.
I don't know.
Maybe you can change some of the gameplay, but I'm saying, if you're doing like a story game,
You shouldn't really change anything to the story.
to a
Unless
story,
you're adding something.
usually when they add stuff, it's terrible.
Yeah, but if you're adding something that's not a main plot, like you can add stuff that's kind of side stuff.
That's
I
fine,
think that's cool.
but like fully changing the story
Yeah, I don't want that.
for the sake of like modernization, it's like, oh.
Anyway, I'm about to poop my pants. So, God bless.
God bless, we're cutting that.
And
We're adding that to the end.
I'll see you
depending on
next-
how I feel tonight.
I'll see you next week,
Yeah,
people.
see you next week.